Every few years, the same headline goes viral. The US dollar is dead. A new currency is coming. America's dominance is over. But somehow, the story never ends that way. Welcome to 2026, where the dollar has survived another wave of predictions. Despite everything, it still sits at the center of the global financial system. In fact, nearly 89% of all foreign exchange trades still involve the US dollar. Not half, almost all of them.
So if countries keep talking about replacing the dollar, why is the dollar still winning? Kiva not. The biggest challenge comes from BRICS, a powerful alliance determined to reduce its dependence on the US dollar. Together, BRICS represents nearly 40% of the world's economy by purchasing power. That's far too big to ignore.
And this isn't just talk. BRICS is building real alternatives, from local currency payments to new financial networks.
China and Russia now trade mostly in their own currencies. Brazil and China have expanded yuan settlements. India is buying Russian oil using rupees. At the same time, central banks are buying gold at record levels, preparing for a future that may rely less on the dollar. Everything points in one direction. The challenge is real, yet the dollar's global dominance hasn't weakened. In fact, it's still getting stronger. So, what are we missing? The answer begins with something most people never think about. Liquidity. It's the invisible force that keeps the dollar on top. Imagine a company trying to move billions of dollars across the world in just a few minutes. They need a currency that can handle it without breaking.
That's exactly what the US dollar offers. Massive trading volume, instant buyers and sellers, and a market that never seems to sleep. Economists call this market depth. The deeper the market, the easier it is to move huge amounts of money without causing dramatic price swings. No other currency comes close. The dollar has spent decades building a financial network that connects banks, businesses, and investors across the globe.
China's yuan is growing fast, but strict capital controls still limit how freely it can move across international markets. That means many global companies still find it easier, faster, and safer to borrow, invest, and settle payments in dollars. Think about it this way. If a business in Vietnam wants to buy products from Brazil, the dollar already provides a trusted bridge between both sides. Switching to another currency isn't impossible, but it often means higher costs, lower liquidity, and greater uncertainty. So liquidity explains a big part of the story, but it's still not the biggest reason the dollar rules the world. That answer is even more powerful. Here's something that surprises most people. Not every BRICS nation actually wants to replace the US dollar. BRICS presents. Several countries are simply looking for more options. Not a complete replacement. They want flexibility, not financial revolution. Their goal is to reduce dependence on the dollar, especially in times of sanctions or geopolitical tension. That means building parallel payment systems, expanding local currency trade, and creating new financial connections. But building an alternative is very different. From replacing the world's most trusted financial system, every global business asks the same question: which currency is the safest to hold? When billions of dollars are on the line? For most companies, the answer is still the US dollar. Not because it's perfect, but because it's predictable. Predictability creates confidence. Confidence creates demand. And demand keeps the dollar at the center of global trade. This is why countries can build new systems, while still relying on the dollar every single day. But even trust isn't the full story. The real advantage lies in something far more valuable: an entire financial system built over generations.
The dollar's greatest strength isn't the currency itself, it's the system built around it.
Global investors know they can buy, sell, or borrow against dollar assets almost any time, from almost anywhere in the world.
Behind every dollar is a network of banks, financial markets, legal institutions, and payment systems that have evolved for decades. That kind of trust can't be created overnight. It takes years of stability and billions of successful transactions. Now compare that with China's yuan. It's growing internationally, but strict capital controls still limit its global reach.
Investors want to move money freely. If a currency can't be exchanged without restrictions, confidence starts to disappear. For the yuan to become a true global reserve currency, China would need to open its financial system much further. But opening the system also means accepting greater market pressure, faster capital flows, and less government control. That's the difficult trade-off. More global trust often requires giving up more domestic control.
And until another country is willing to make that trade, the dollar's position at the top remains incredibly difficult to challenge.
This is why the dollar is dying headline keeps coming back and keeps getting it wrong. The dollar doesn't have to be perfect. It simply has to remain the most trusted option available today. Yes, the world is changing. New payment systems are emerging. More countries are trading in their own currencies.
Gold reserves are rising. Digital currencies are evolving. And regional financial alliances are becoming stronger. These changes matter. They are slowly reshaping global finance. But they haven't replaced the dollar. Replacing the world's reserve currency isn't like changing a phone app. It's like rebuilding the foundation of the global economy. That foundation depends on three things: deep liquidity, global trust, and open financial markets. Any country can launch a new payment system. Very few can build decades of international confidence. Until another currency can match that combination, the dollar's leadership is likely to continue.
The dollar's biggest advantage isn't its history, it's that no rival has yet built a stronger financial system around its own currency.
BRICS is expanding. Gold purchases are rising. Local currency trade is growing. None of these trends should be ignored.
But building an alternative is only the first step. Replacing the world's reserve currency is an entirely different challenge. The dollar isn't dominant because it's flawless. It's dominant because it solves problems that no other currency solves as well. It allows governments, banks, businesses, and investors to move enormous amounts of money with confidence, speed, and stability. That's why, even in uncertain times, global capital continues to flow toward the dollar instead of away from it. The future may become more multipolar, with several major currencies sharing a larger role in global trade.
But sharing influence is not the same as taking the crown. That distinction changes everything. The real question was never whether the dollar has competitors. It does. The real question is whether any competitor can replace the entire system behind it.
Until a currency offers deeper liquidity, stronger trust, and a more open financial than the US dollar, the world's financial crowns, and that's why the dollar still rules the world. History has shown that no global reserve currency lasts forever. One day, the dollar may lose its throne. But that day hasn't arrived yet. The next decade will reveal whether BRICS, digital currencies, or an entirely new financial system can truly challenge the dollar's dominance. So what do you think? Will the US dollar remain the world's financial king, or is a new era about to begin? Do you think any country can bring down the dollar? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, subscribe for